Broadcasting live from the basement of a Pentagon. This is W.T.F. Nation Radio.
Running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. Into the arms of another, and for a while she made me feel alright. But in a crazy blunder, your love took me back under. Now I'm tied to those shackles and chains. Said don't cry for me, stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. It took me to unwind, and now I'm right back from where it began. How old will I be when you finally set me free, and the sun shines on my heart again? Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of my stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart.
Come on out, 1965, them boys were called upon. Some fist-fighting cowboys in them jungles of Vietnam. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Yeah, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double-cross me. 19 years old, doing the bidding for Uncle Sam. Desert boots strapped on my feet, machine gun in my head. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Come on now. Strapped across my vest, 800 more, and I'm gonna pluck one in your chest. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Oh, 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 I'm a mean motherfucker. Don't you never. I'm a mean motherfucker. So don't you never double cross me.
Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Oh, shit, I'm back. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. Unzucked, apparently. Hey, if you were here last week, my show was abruptly muted by something. And so my all my stuff was green, saying that I was, everything on my end was good, and I was not producing any audio content. So I pulled the plug early last week. Sorry about that. So yeah, we won't talk about that. Zucked. I think so, Keith. I think so, man. I don't know. Usually when something like that happens, but in the past we get like a notification, and or your video has been silenced for some reason. Never got anything like that. Tech guys looking at it, ICE looked at it, and no one could see exactly. Everyone could see when it happened, but nothing. Why? I mean, I don't know. Hand pink waving, Jessica Jones. Hi, how are you? Keith, what's going on? Eric, what's going on? Thanks for being here. So we're trying this out. We're trying it an hour earlier than previous. Before that all happened last week, we discussed possibly doing an hour earlier, and decided, fuck it, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Instead of people, on the East Coast getting alerts on their phone at fucking 11 o'clock, and I get that, man. I get not wanting to get woke up in the middle of the night just to come hang out, listen to some fucking weirdo spout some shit off in the middle of the night. So, but yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. So hope everyone got paid today. I don't know. Did you guys get paid? Yeah, I don't know. I'm retired, so my shit comes on the first. So I got my check. But I hope y'all got paid. I saw that they were trying to work some drug deal out, like last minute shit. But I didn't see for sure if active duty got paid today or not. I don't know. Let me Google it. Did active duty military get paid? I said did a. Trump signs order to pay troops during U.S. shutdown. So hopefully you guys got paid today. I mean, and here's the deal. This is my thought on this. The shutdowns are stupid. I think they're dumb. Asshouse and posted did too. Yeah, and I knew that they were working on a drug deal, but I didn't know if anything got worked out. Because nobody wants to not pay the troops, right? Nobody wants to be the reason the troops don't get paid. That's not good for anybody, right? But more importantly, it's not good for all those families that are I think sometimes it's so weird. It's people like my parents, right? I did 14 years active duty, okay, before I got medically retired, and they saw like how little we got paid. You know what I mean? Like my mom knows I didn't make shit when I was active duty. And I've been out for I got 14, so I've been out for 11 years now. And now my mom and dad are they're really Trumpers, which is fine, whatever, be what you be. But like people like that who know how little you make when you're in the military, and then they are just like, fuck them, they don't need money. Yeah, dude, they need money. They need paid. They need pay, bruh. Like, and I don't know, and whatever. Like, I'm not super one way or the other. Not. I think both sides are fucked. So, yeah. My main concern is the troops. Has always been and will always be active duty and veterans. That's my concern with everything, whether it be, you know, our pensions being there, active duty posts, people getting paid, their TRICARE being available and being affordable still. I know that every year my copay goes up and up and up and up for TRICARE for retirees. I will say, and I don't know how much this is going to continue, but my VA so far has been really good here. I know that there's been some, everyone's VA experience is different. And I'm not going to say that the VA is perfect. I'm not going to say that. The VA, in a lot of aspects, is a lot of work, but my local VA hospital is pretty good. My local clinic's pretty good. And they're really good at realizing what they can't do. And if they can't, they have no qualms in sending me out to care in the community, getting what I need taken care of. Like I said, I know everyone's VA experience is different. But I know that they're in that big bureaucracy of the Veterans Administration. Most of the people there care about veterans. Especially the nurses and the doctors and they show up every day, and they're the ones I know anyway are sure happy to help. And so I know we give a lot of shit to the VA, but if that is a option that you have, please don't be afraid to use the VA. And if they're fucked up, call them out on it. In that same breath, if your local VA is fucked, call them out on it. Be like, hey, how come you guys are fucked? What's wrong? Why don't you guys have X, Y, or Z? Whatever it is. Why don't you guys have an orthopedic department? Why don't you guys have a neurological department or whatever they're missing? Or, hey, I have been trying to get into X and I can't get in. What the fuck's going on? I need to go to physical therapy. My physical therapy is da 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 da. Can I get care in a community? Can I get referred out in town? Can I do all these things? And they should do that for you. So, Hump, David Cunningham, how are you, buddy? Checking in for sunny Southern California. How are things down there, man? How's things in Cali? How you doing down there? I hope everything's well for you. No. Okay. So King's like, why did I think you started at 11 Eastern? Because I normally do. And we last week, we kind of came to a consensus that we're going to try an hour earlier. Because people were mad that they were getting alerts at 11 o'clock at night that I was waking them up and shit. They said he has a great VA hospital in Long Beach. Yeah. And you know what? And I've heard, for everyone who says they have a great VA hospital, there's someone who says, I go to Chicago and they fucking suck. Or I go to Dallas and they suck. Or I go to this place and they're great. I go to this place and they suck. And that's why, that's what kind of scares me. He says, I like this time more being on the East Coast. Yeah. Yeah. And see, like, to me, an hour one way or the other is a little bit different because it's like in the middle of my evening, right? 8 o'clock is not much different than 9 o'clock. But 10 o'clock is different than 11 o'clock. And I understand that. And people got kids and people got shit to do. So, I mean, if this works better, I have no problem being here an hour earlier. This is fine by me. There might be some complications with work. I might have to work on a Wednesday. And then if I do, I can't do my show. But, okay, we'll figure it out. Anyway, back to the VA. Like, I really feel like I said, and this is my experience, and even when my VA is smaller, I'm more rural out here, and they do lack in some departments. Audiology takes forever. If you want to get an audiology out here, it takes forever. But if you have an issue, they have no problem referring you out in town. I had some problems with my hearing aids and the audiologist, because she, like, is an audiologist out in town, and she does like 2 days a week at the VA or a day a week at the VA or something like that. And they gave me her business card and said, call her, see if she can help you. And she did right away. They did a care in a community consult thing. It took care of that fucking day. Like, if you have an issue, bring it to their attention, and they try to help you. They want to help. The people that I talk to, the people that I know at the VA want to help. Not saying that's everybody. And in that flip side of that, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? How many people get into a job or a career field or a whatever with all this ideas of grandeur and wanting to help and wanting to be great and wanting to do everything great, and then just get burnt out, and you get burnt out, and you get more burnt out, and finally you just snap. And I think that's part of the problem at the VA. Oh, I know with one of my nurses I was talking to, and she actually, this gal, I know her from when I went to college. She was with the gal I dated when I went to college. She was in like that friend group. They all graduated high school together. Great gal. This gal's great. And she was going to nursing school, got a job at the VA, has been at the VA for like 13 years now, 14 years. And she's so burnt out. And she's like, I see these dudes who, you know, don't need this procedure and they're here begging for it. They don't need this and they're here begging for it. And she's like, it's tough. She's like, why are these guys trying to milk the system? She's like, it's like they just want to get hurt so they can get benefits. And that's the thing too. Like, I understand that. And then that's tough on her in that aspect of things, to be like, I don't want to give this guy this surgery just so we can get benefits. Like, you know what I mean? So it goes both ways. I think there's veterans who take advantage of the VA system. I think that's part of the reason that the VA claims process takes so long, and there's so many opportunities for it to become fucked up. Anyone who's ever filed a VA claim knows that if you don't play the game just the right way, you're going to get denied. And if you don't say the exact right things in your CMP exam, if you don't say the exact right things on your personal statement, if you don't turn in the right documentation and the right everything, that your claim is going to get denied. Unless you can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that, like, you sustained a back injury. You had a bad jump, sustained a back injury in service, and you've got the accident report, the witness statements, and everything else, then you might be able to get it connected. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude, the VA, because they have people who are like, oh, hurt my back, oh, hurt my leg, oh, I need 100%. So they gotta do that shit, and that sucks. It sucks for people who are hurt because everyone thinks they should get 100%, and that's not everyone's 100% disabled. I'm only 90. I'm only 90. I'm only 90%, and that's fine. You know, I've got some back problems. I've got some other stuff that I can't seem to get service connected, which is fine. You know, I'm not gonna. I'm blessed that I get what I get. I'm blessed that I have TRICARE for life. I don't have to worry about the cost of health insurance. Like I said, my copays go up a little bit, but still, my copays, since I got out, my copays have went up like $30 in the 12 years I've been out. 11 years. 11 years I've been out, almost 12. My VA signed off on the paperwork needing to get veteran placed on your driver's license through the DMV. What paperwork did you need? Because when I went, I just showed them a copy of my DD-214. And my driver's license says veteran on the bottom. I don't know what paperwork you need from the VA. Actually, you know what? I maybe didn't even show my DD-214. I might have just had my military ID in my pocket. Patrick, I'm sure you would trade your percentage in the Harvey type. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, especially my knee, dude. Fuck, what I wouldn't give, dude, to be able to walk up a flight of stairs and go to bed and sleep a whole 8 hours. What I wouldn't give. Holy shit. So they gave me they gave me another drug. for my nerve pain in my leg. So, since my knee replacement, my lower leg is like still asleep. And they gave me these fucking pills. Try taking these pills. So whatever. My wife's trying to get me to take these pills. So I'm like, fucking fine, whatever. So I take these fucking pills, right? Started taking them on Sunday. Monday, I didn't feel great. Whatever. Tuesday, yesterday, I'm leaving work. It's 10 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock at night. I'm leaving work, and I'm just feel like flushed. I feel like I'm sick, right? And I walk out the fucking door and I throw up all over the main street. Throw up all over the street, dude. Like I'm some guy drunk leaving the bar. Fucking dude, and I fucking felt like shit. And the only thing that changed in my diet or my life was was those pills. My fuck, dude. Just want to feel better. Just want to feel fucking better. Yeah. Absolutely. I would love to be able to and here's the deal. And this is where and we're all veterans, right? We all know that we are not going to feel the way we felt when we were 17 years old. I am not trying to feel like I felt when I was 17 years old. I'm not trying to be in the same shape. I'm not trying to do the same things. I'm not trying to be 17 years old again. I just want to have the same quality of life as the other 45-year-olds that surround me. The other guys who can go out and fucking kick a soccer ball with their kids. The guys who can fucking climb up a set of bleachers and not die. You know what I mean? Shit like that. That's all I want, dude. I want to be able to climb up a flight of stairs, crawl into bed, and get 8 hours of sleep. And they can have every fucking penny back, dude. I'll figure it out. Make it to where I can live a normal life. I'll fucking work 100 hours a week. I'll go drive truck. I'll do whatever the fuck it takes. If you give my leg back, I'll fucking do it. 100%. Dave says, like, veteran status form from a county VSO by running your D214 and a government issued ID. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I'm glad you got it on there. It just seems like a lot of hoops to drive through. But it is California. They're pretty, California's got a way of being kind of bureaucratic about things, so. Anyway. What's up, Heath? Yeah, I started early on you. Fucked you up. I don't know how accurate my little counter is. I have a little counter up here. There's only like 12 people watching. And I only have like 100 something. So maybe I did something wrong. Maybe they're not pushing me out as much too because I did have that strike last week. I don't fucking know. But maybe it's changing the time. But I don't know. Fuck it. I just want to make you guys happy. That's all I'm here for. I'm here for you. I'm here for all of you. I'm here for you, Heath. But yeah, this has been a fucking roller coaster, man. Fucking the world, dude. But hey, we got peace in the Middle East. That's cool. I will give D Treasy that. They got a peace deal brokered. I don't know. It seems kind of fragile. I don't know. I've already heard that the ceasefire has been broken. I don't fucking know. I hope not. Working on posting a video right now while I demoed a couple of scramblers last weekend. Have I gotten snow yet? No, I have not gotten snow yet. I have gotten frost. It has frosted up here. We're usually, I'm not going to say usually, we're kind of 50-50 on snow this time of year. We haven't gotten any yet. There's been some like super high elevations, like up in like the big passes and stuff, like O'Neill Pass got some, but we haven't got any yet. Oh, I love you too, buddy. No, I'm just glad to be here, man. I'm glad that I talk. I'm glad that we have our show again. That's cool. What are scramblers? What'd you do? It's those scramblers. It was like a Honda? What are they? What's a scrambler? I'm gonna Google it. Scrambler. Oh, Ducati scrambler? Oh, dude, that's sick. Bro, that's sick. Get one of those. I want to hold on. I'll put one on. I'll put it. That looks sick, dude. Me models. Bam. Slideshow. There we go. Trying to find a image. Pull this bad boy up. This thing's cool looking, man. Okay. This is the black one. I don't know if this is what you're looking at or not. I don't know. It's kind of a weird. So that's what you're looking at? This deal right here? The Ducati Scrambler? Is this what you're looking at? Because this thing's sick, dude. I kind of want one of those. He said, I got 12 inches of snow. It's an album. Nice. Oh, a Triumph Scrambler 400 XC and Enfield. The Enfield, dude, I have one of the guys at work has an Enfield and he hates it. Like, has no top end. I thought you were talking about this thing. This thing's sick, dude. Oh, I did get my son a car. Yeah, I did. Let me go back. We did. So we stumbled into this deal. The dude was super great. We had a $2,500, and we found a 2009 Subaru. What's the little one? The car, Impreza, Subaru Impreza, and just the non-turbo, good little car, black auto, had like 140,000 miles on it. Really good little outfit, and picked it up. Dude was his kid just graduated, knew my kid, cut us a hell of a deal. We got it for $2,000. It was great, and dude was super cool. Like, filled the fucking tank up, and he's like, man, you know, I was like, the brakes are making a little noise. Like, take it to my mechanic. I'll pay to get it fixed. I was like, come on, dude, we don't go that far. It's a $2,000 car, dude. I'm not going to be perfect. And it needs a little bit. It's going to need tires for winter. It's going to need some shocks, whatever. But it's a really nice little car. It's perfect. It's got some little door dings, because like I said, it's been its last 3 years of its life in the high school parking lot. So, yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's a cool little car. I actually kind of wish that. I'm kind of mad. I kind of wish we would have found that for me. I just found a little beater with the heater, dude, and I think it's cool. It rides good. Like I said, it needs tires is really about it. And it's getting to the point where it's got that little bouncy bounce. I could use some stress. Oh yeah, the V-rods are cool. The V-rods are cool till you go to lean them into a corner. V-rods are cool till you lean them into a corner. That's when V-rods are not fun. Fucking fast though. V-rods are fast as fuck. V-rods are drag bike. They just look really cool. Hurts your back though. No, but the kid got a cool car. I just hope he doesn't fucking wreck it. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, man. Finding a car right now is kind of. There is no like $1,000 shit boxes anymore. Maybe there are like other places, but not around here. He's still enjoying Shadow. You know what, dude? Honestly, them fucking Shadows are nice bikes, and how big is your Shadow? That's always been the determining factor for me. If you can get one that's like 1,100 or bigger, it'll do anything you want it to. Oh yeah, the rockers are super cool looking. They're super cool looking, but yeah, I can totally imagine where turns suck, right turns especially. Yeah, having the fucking wheels. Yeah, those are fucking crazy. Pat them to ride the pretty blue street glide. Yeah, fuck, street glides are cool too. VTX 1800s are good. Cool. 1800s are fast, dude. The VTX 1800s have the same problem as a lot of anytime you get like that fucking 700 millimeter wide rear tire on the back. Honestly, anything more than like a 300 is really tough to ride. Like, it's tough to corner. They're tough to corner. Those big fat tire bikes are tough to corner. The VTX 1800, the rocker, the V-Rod, like the Vulcan 1800s, the the Kawasaki like mean streaks and shit. Those are tough to when you get that big fat. I mean, like the 280 300 tire is kind of about the max. Once you get bigger than that, I mean, they look cool. They look really cool at that big fatty tire on the back, but man, they're hard to ride. Now some of the older VTX 1800s still have like a 200 on the back. Those are all right, 180 or 200. What the fuck did my buddy Mark had a Yamaha. Pretty sure it's a Yamaha Warrior. That thing, same way, had that fat fucking rear tire on it. It's hard to ride. At least here, like I said, I judge bikes by the ability to get through the mountains because I live in the mountains. Right. If I live somewhere like where David Cunningham is, where he's got like a big flat fucking expanse and he can hit the desert and just fucking go 200 miles an hour, get out there, Palm Springs or some shit. You don't got to worry about it. Quinn says I got a stock 883. Yeah, and an 06, that's rubber mounted. Yeah, dude. Honestly, those rubber mounted Sportsters are fucking nice little bikes. They're really nice little bikes. Have like a 150, 180 rear tire on them, especially with the 18 on the front or the 19-inch wheel on the front. They ride really good. And that 883, I mean, as long as you're not trying to go 1,000, if you just want to go interstate speeds, 80, 85, they get shaken pretty good. But, I mean, at 80, they can cruise at 80 all day, especially the new rubber mounted ones. They ride nice. Yeah, dude. Honestly. Oh, family members, you got to go. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's okay, Heath. Do good, buddy. If you need something, let us know. But yeah, I saw those videos. It looks fucking fun as shit. But yeah, dude, I've had in my life 2, 3. I've had 4 or 5 Sportsters in my life. I loved them, dude. I love my Sporties. I did. I was a big fan. My last one. See if I can pull up my Instagram. What? Dude, I really did. I had such a nice that little Sportster I had. That last one, that thing was so badass, dude. I love that bike. Miss my little Sporties. Like, so I'm sitting here fucking daydreaming about my shit I used to have. But yeah, no, dude, those little Sportsters are fun, man. And honestly, the 883s with a 1200 kit, I have more punch than the 1200 dudes. Back in my quarters, everyone had a Ninja or a some kind of like a CBR or some shit like when we got back from Afghanistan, buddy of mine had a 600 RR and I bought a little Sportster. And we would go, and this is when I was in Texas. It was in Fort Worth, and we'd ride to like Waco. We get down just south of the where 35 came together again, and he'd be like, "Man, we'd be riding like Austin or San Antonio or Waco or something." He's like, "Dude, can you want to swap for a little bit?" Because when you ride like a street bike that much, it like hurts your wrist if you're not good at it. And I was the only one that wasn't fat. He was kind of fat. He was too fat to have a crotch rocket. But man, that bike was fast. The 85 XLS has a vibrating big. Yeah, yep. I know that story, Quinn. Yeah, my old fucking, yep. I had a buddy of mine had 85,000 XLX 1000. And yeah, we'd be rich on that motherfucker, tighten shit up. You don't want to ride behind him because parts were falling off and smacking you in the face and shit. I think that thing burned more oil than it did gas. God, that thing was cool, though. Oh, that was a cool bike, man. Oh, yep. Yeah, back in the day, dude, that shit was fucking rough, man. That was bad. That was fun times, though. That's so fun. Maybe someday I'll do it again. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know if my back and my knee can handle a Sportster anymore. You know what I do kind of wish I had? Instead of my big Road King, is something that's a little bit easier to back up. Something just a little bit easier to get around the parking lot. A little bit easier to get in it. See that Cholo bike up? Yeah, Cholo bike was cool as shit. Jessica said she started on a 23 Ninja Road 2 upright. Yeah. Yeah, dude, those depending on what Ninja you have, like if you had like the 500 or some shit, yeah, it's almost like you almost look like you're riding like a cop bike. I tell you though, one of the most comfortable bikes I ever rode is the ugliest fucking thing I've ever fucking been on. But it rode fantastic. Rode fantastic was it was a BMW. It's like their cruiser. It was like 1,000 cc. That thing was cool as fuck. It was ugly as shit, but it was like from like the early 2000s, and it fucking rode really nice. And I almost bought it, but I was like, fuck, dude, thing's ugly. 650 KRT, yeah. Yeah, those are kind of more like, they look like the like not the Harley cop bikes, but like the kind of little almost like a Honda 50. The Honda Cub like riding position. You're just kind of all straight. But I mean they're great to learn on, and they have such a great center of gravity, those little Ninjas like that. Those have such a great, they're so responsive and they're so nimble and those are really, really good bikes. They're just tough to put any miles on. But yeah, that rocker, I bet it does. I bet you just feel like you're just fucking just laid back in that BO. Yeah. That's cool though, man. I had a really good friend of mine, her husband had one. He passed away. And it was in the garage. I think she gave it to, he was a police officer. He was killed. And I think he gave it to her. I think she gave it to his partner when everything was all said and done. The new HDs are computerized, all kinds of stuff. I saw that. I don't love that for them. There are certain things, and I understand this. Okay, I was looking for a car, and one of the things that I would not buy a car without a push button start. I'm bougie like that now, right? And I remember when Harley first came out with fuel injection, and it was like the late 90s. And one of the first bikes I ever saw with fuel injection, my dad bought a Road King, a 97 Road King with fuel injection on it. And it was one of the first fuel injected bikes that I'd really ever been spending time around. And I grew up around bikes. And I remember everyone was giving my dad shit about it. He's like, I would never, ever, ever think of buying a car without fuel injection. Why would you buy a motorcycle without fuel injection? And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And it's the same thing now with like push button start. Like I there's no way my bougie ass wants to put a key in something and turn. And granted, most Harleys you don't have to. You just turn this fucking deal. But still, B-Dub says we need Tron bikes. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That'd be cool as fuck, bro. I want one so bad. Quinn at 67 with a bad knee, right ankle, bulging in her herniated disc. Yeah. Yeah, dude. That Sportster is probably fucking perfect. Yeah. And those new Sporties run so smooth, dude. Jessica says it has mini apes, makes my arms go numb from my shoulder and neck. Yeah. Well, you can get, dude, just throw some stock bars on it. Throw them drag bars back on it. I bet you could find something like, probably. Find someone like Amazon, super cheap. Yeah, on Dave Cunningham said on his first deployment to Okinawa, all the guys ordered their bikes overseas with military auto dealers. Yeah. And yeah, we had a bunch of dudes do that. My buddy, he's a warrant officer now. Did that when we were in Iraq. Had a couple guys do that when we were in Iraq too. Yeah. Order shit from the, And the dealer direct program, whatever, didn't you have to pay so much to get it down or some shit? Like you had to pay like a pretty good down payment and finance the rest or some shit. But my dude was and still is single. But I remember like he just basically his whole fucking check when we were over there. He was like an E6 when we were in Iraq together. And he just took every fucking penny and put it right on his bike, dude. Won't look as cool. That is the dilemma of every Harley owner ever. Man, it fucking hurts, but God, it looks cool. Those fucking dudes who have like the suicide clutches and the hardtails and shit, and they're fucking whatever, like the 80mm wide rear tire. Can't ride the motherfucker more than about 20 miles because it'll shake your fucking fillings out of your teeth. But man, they look cool. Yep. Oh shit, that's the truest shit I think I've heard all fucking night, dude. Won't look as cool. And I get that. I do. Like, I get it, man. Gotta fucking look cool, but God, it sucks too. God, it sucks when you're like, oh, my leg doesn't work. Hips don't work. Back don't work. Fucking cankles don't work. The old buckhorn handlebars are the worst for handling. Willie G should suffer bastinado for that. Yeah. The Barracks Bike Repair Shop. Yes, dude. My buddy Dick, Dick doesn't hang out anymore. I'm kind of mad. I'm gonna get mad at Dick for that. He used to hang out here all the time. But he fucking would park he had a little Sportster, and he fucking lived on the bottom floor of the barracks, and he'd park his fucking bike in his barracks room and like fucking change the oil and shit in there. I'm pretty sure he pulled it like into the shower and washed it in the fucking head too. It's gotta shake him out. Yeah. No, and that's something too. And like, I guess I'd rather have. I suffer first world problems. My bike doesn't have cruise control on it. Man, I do want cruise control for some of that shit. Being out here, like my buddy's like, hey, we're gonna go on this like 6-hour road trip. You want to come? Yeah, I kind of do, but I also kind of want cruise control. And my fucking them little throttle lock deals, like on mine, doesn't fucking work anyway. I know you can replace the pin and all that. I don't know if I can. I want cruise control. I want cruise control. My bike's paid off. It's hard to. I almost did though during the rally. There was a bike. I really like. I like my Road King a lot, but there was this really nice, fucking. It was an ultra classic. It was a 10 ultra classic, and it had like 35,000 miles on it. And they wanted they were gonna give me they're gonna give me 4 for my bike trade in, and that bike was like 65. I would have financed 2,500. I actually would have paid cash to 2,500 cash. I almost fucking did it, but then I was like, I'm glad I didn't. I don't get a chance to ride as much as I like to, and with my legs still kind of coming around and work and shit. I think when my kids are all moved out, I'll probably get a new bike. When my kids are all moved out, I'll get a new bike. When I can ride and do what the fuck I want to do. Maybe 2 years, because I think in 2 years, all my kids that do shit will be moved out. My daughter will still be here, and my youngest stepson will still be here, and they're not as... They're into things, but they're not as like hardcore into like soccer and all that as my older kids. So I might get a chance to go do some shit. But yeah, I know that feeling, Jessica. Gotta woo, come to a stoplight and fucking, or just coming down the road. Gotta fucking lean back, pop them out a little bit. Yep. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Well, I think I'm gonna start wrapping shit up. It's 8:45, and my tummy. I took my medicine again today. My tummy's starting to hurt again. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but let's see. Let me see if we have any. I'm so ill prepared for this fucking job. Someday they're gonna actually make me like not let me do this anymore. They're gonna be like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, Radar. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck is Gmail. There we go. Trying to check our calendar. Check our calendar. Calendar. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Task. What we got a new like calendar for this radio thing, right? And I don't know where shit is. Is it in docs? Nope, not in docs either. Oh, fuck it. Oh, damn, I'm late. If you go back, you didn't miss much, Holly. You didn't miss much. We just fucking talking about motorcycles. Keith, I just wondered if we had any guests coming up. That's what I was just looking at. I can't navigate the cat. What I should have done, what Radar should have done, is look before the show started. But Radar is not very good at this. He's only been doing it for 3 fucking years. 3 fucking years almost I've been doing this fucking job, and I still don't know how to do it. Holly knows. Holly knows I suck at this shit. She's like, shit. Holly watches all the shows. Same with like Keith. They all know. They watch everybody, and they see how good fucking like CQ is. What's up, Musa? How you doing, buddy? Dang. What's going on, buddy? I haven't seen this shit for long. Wounded Warrior Project legislation representative on SARS time tomorrow. SARS time tomorrow. Okay. I was. I was asked by a friend of mine to look at a guy. And he is a congressional hopeful from Maine. He's a veteran, and he's like a shrimp boat captain or lobster fucking fisherman or some shit in Maine. I'm good, Musa. I'm good, buddy. I'm glad you're busy making bread. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. That's good. I'm glad you're good, man. But he is a veteran. He is he's like went viral on TikTok. He's looking to be I believe he's a Senate hopeful from the state of Maine. And I had actually 2 different people ask if I wanted to try to get him on my show. And I don't know about having every time we talk about anything political on this show, we're like so fucking make a list, a permit. Dude, I have it. I have a list on my desk. Holly, I have a list. I list all my shit. And I still don't do it. First thing, update title. Siki says Paul Eiding on Pop Culture Warrior Tuesday, 8 o'clock, October 21st. No FTX this week. Tight. Thanks, buddy. But every time we have anything political, people get like so fucking. It's been nice catching up with you, buddy. It's been so nice catching up with you. And I seriously, dude, keep me up to date on how things are going for you, buddy. December 5, buddy. Take it easy, man. But anyway, this guy he's a Marine Corps and Army veteran, and he's a shrimp boat captain or lobster fisherman or some shit in Maine. But I don't know about having. I don't want to turn this into a political show. Because people get so fucking mad, and I don't want people to get mad. But I want to have a platform, especially for veterans. And here's the deal, and this is where I want your guys' opinion, because I feel like this is your show too. Is if I start bringing people, political hopefuls on, I want it to be fair. I'm not fair and balanced. I do. I want it to be fair. If we're going to have, I don't want to promote just one party or one idea. That's not, I don't feel like that's a good idea. But I want to have a certain discourse on here. I don't want this show to be a mouthpiece for people who are who are I hope this without sounding like a dick. I don't want this to turn into a shouting match, and I don't want the show to turn into a mouthpiece for extremists on either side. I don't want this to turn into a place to be for extremists, and I really that scares me. That if I start opening up this political arena to people, because I want veterans, especially veterans, because I feel like every election cycle, politicians get up there and say, I want to do this for the veterans. I want to do this for the veterans. I want to do this for the veterans, and blah, 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 blah. And then the veterans get fucked every single time. And I don't want that. Yeah, we have, Holly. WTF Nation has brought on both sides on the past, and I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But like I said, I want to keep this. I want to keep whatever. And I don't mind bringing both sides on. I don't mind bringing all sides on. I don't mind bringing sides on together. I just don't want this to turn in. I don't want my show to turn into a mouthpiece for political extremists on either end. And so that's where I'm cautious, and I want your guys' kind of feedback on it, because I have no problem reaching out to these people and saying, hey, I would love to talk to you, but I think the two restrictions I'm going to have is, one, they need to be a veteran or running for a veteran job. If someone wants to be like, if somebody wants to be like, I don't know, like a head of Department of Veterans Affairs or some shit like that. Like, that's a little bit different. Politics are divisive. You need a uniform moderator and like a unicorn. Yeah, like a fucking unicorn. That's the problem. And I guess I'm pretty neutral. I still consider myself pretty libertarian on a lot of ideas. I'm not libertarian in the way where I think that there's like, I'm not an anarchist. If you want to host politicians, just you host veteran community affairs or veteran members. Why? Because inside committees where bills die. Yeah. No, and here's the deal, and this is where I'm going to say that, Moose. I would love to have someone from the Senate fucking Veterans Affairs Committee on here. They're not going to talk to Radar. Anybody who's already a politician is not going to talk to Radar. I'm talking about like, I remember that dude's name now. He's been all over, like, so I guess that to me, like, dude was he's just a fucking dude who's running for a Senate in Maine. And now that Susan Collins, the governor, is going to run for Senate, I don't know if he's even got a snowball's chance. But we had the libertarian. Oh, we had the fucking dude. The libertarian guy wears a boot on his head. What the fuck's that guy's name? He's cool as fuck. We had him on once. We've had I think we had Gary Johnson on years ago when he was running. We've had some other people on. Try writing him a letter or call and see the magic app. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to fucking go to work. They might as well be on my show. Sorry. I'm so disgruntled at Congress. Both houses, both sides. Furman Supreme. Yes. Furman Supreme was on. That's years ago, dude. He was on like 2016 election, I think Furman Supreme was on. Might have been 2020, but I'm pretty sure it was 2016. I'm pretty sure he was on then. And that dude was cool as fuck. And here's the thing. He has that boot on his head gimmick. Dude's fucking smart. Furman Supreme is fucking smart. Ooh, a live call-in line. Actually, what I would probably do, David, if we did that, is I would read, and I've done it, I do it for all my guests, is I would have like, you guys can ask questions on here. That way I can kind of filter it, and it goes good for time. Once you go political, it's fairly permanent. And see, that's what I'm afraid of. And I don't want to be, I'm not like first off, I'm not a Theo Vaughn or any of those dudes. I don't have the viewership that those guys have, but two, I don't want that to be the whole crux of the show. Because I mean, dude, we just spent like 45 minutes talking about motorcycles. That's what I want to talk about. I thought motorcycles or fucking football or fucking all kinds of shit, dude. That's what I want bullshit about. But I do want to give one of my things with this channel, with my show in particular, I've always wanted to give veterans a voice, whether it be veteran comedians or veteran musicians or veteran people in the veteran groups, people with I want to give a voice. I have a platform. I want to give a voice. I want to give them a voice. I want to give them a stage where we can talk about ideas, and veterans can get their message out there, whether it be musically or whether it be in all the ways. You see Mark Maron's vet about Theo Von and Hitler? No, I didn't. Dude, Theo Von he's such an interesting character to me. Collab show with Monday with them, the down to earth questions with you and political stuff with them. See if they're willing to be on the station twice. That actually could be a good idea. And here's the deal with that. And I love that idea. That sounds so cool. And if we had the clout of, say, a Theo Von or a any of those like bro vet dudes who are, you know, them bros fucking who have that many fucking 100 million views every show, we could probably do that. But you know, the people that we get, we have to be very cognizant of their time, and they're it's tough. But yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to be able to, and like I said, you know, what is that guy's name? Let me Google him. Let me Google him. Main Senate race. So dude, Graham Plattner is the guy's name. Dude, he's just a normal looking dude. He's in like a hoodie, has like a beard. He's like a lobster fisherman. He's just a regularly cool dude. Angry cop, yeah. Well, we've had him on a couple times too, but yeah. Well, I don't have the political clout that dude does. Or like Cappy, fucking from Task and Purpose. Like those guys got some chops, man. I don't have that shit. So, but anyway, it's 9:00, so I'm gonna wrap shit up. But I really do appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see about reaching out to that dude. And if anybody, like I said, if you guys know of anybody, preferably veteran, that's running for House or Senate or State House or State Senate or something like that, and you think that they are not a radical extremist, I don't need either side coming up here and I don't want my show to be propaganda. That's not what it's for. But if you guys have that stuff, send me a message, dude. Cornyn is running for office and he seeks veterans votes. Yeah. Well, I think everybody wants veteran votes. I want to have veteran candidates on. Because I feel like they're not going to screw us over at the end of the show, at the end of the day. But anyway, so I'm going to wrap this B up. You've been listening to me, Radar, right here. Jesus Christ. Right here in the smoke pit. Tomorrow night, you have, where'd I go? We have a guest tomorrow on Sergeant's Time. Sergeant's Time is every Thursday with Ice and Spanky. They'll be sergeanting. They'll be the Wounded Warrior Project Legislative Representatives. They'll be here on Sergeant's Time. Friday night is Don's Day all the way through the weekend, since there is no FTX this weekend. Monday is the Monday edition, aptly named because the edition happens every Monday. Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior with a special guest, Paul Eiting. He'll be on Tuesday the 21st. And then next Wednesday, start out with Sports Bar, Coach and Axel King Smith. And then later on with me, Radar, right here in the Smoke Pit. I really do appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate all you guys do with supporting all of us here at WTF Nation Radio. Brandon Herrera in Texas. Yeah, dude, I will copy that and look them up. Because I want, like I said, I want both Democrat and Republican representatives. Okay, I'm not one way or the other. But but I want candidates who hopefully are veterans. And yeah, get me here. Brandon Herrera for Congress. Social media personality. Ooh, is he going to come on here? I don't know if he's going to come on here. We'll see. Anyway, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. Please, like I said, please enjoy the show every week. I think I'm going to stick with this time. I'm going to come on at 8 o'clock Mountain, which is 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific. I think this is going to be the time we go from now on. I think they worked out really well. It's a great time, I think. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so very much, and I will see you guys next week. Shots. Unsubscribe podcast. Yeah, I'll look them up. All right, thanks. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Well, I guess I was born with a gun in my hand. We'd walk the big clear cuts in the pine timberland. Well, the army man told me that I could defend the free. Oh, and draw me a paycheck and get a tech school degree. I said, hey now, Sergeant, that sure does sound fine. Well, the sawmill ain't hiring. Tell me, where do I sign? Won't you light a lantern for me? I'll be gone, but not long. Won't you keep a candle burning? Won't you leave the porch light on? And they still hold a gun, and it's the suit of a soldier for your southeastern son. Well, tell Mom not to worry if she's taking it hard. Never thought I'd see action back when I joined the Guard. Well, all this will be over more later than soon, as a road and a letter beneath the big Afghan moon. Won't you lie?